everybody, and welcome back to our podcast about Beyond the Gates. If you are new, welcome. So, this week, I think a lot of cat fans were very upset. I know mom is Team Cat. So, we're going to talk about the whole transplant first. So, the transplant goes through, it's a success. Eva wakes up first, and I don't blame her reaction when she wakes up because, she didn't sleep for what, a day or two, probably. And then she wakes up and it's like, yeah, you were hurt. Cat saved your life. She like, huh? Who? What? So I was on her side with that, but I liked how she was hoping that Cat was okay. Of course, Cat had a little bit of complications, but she did have a dream. And I feel like Colby Nixon did great with this because I loved her one-liners that she was saying because I thought it was funny when everybody was talking and it was like she wasn't there. But that's how it is in her reality, I feel like. Like if she says something, no one's really listening to her. So I hope Kat gets some kind of therapy for that because her family just don't listen to her. Now it's probably the way that she does it. At some point you kind of block out that kind of noise. But what was your thoughts on the dream sequence, especially when Eva used her words against her?
I didn't like it.
You want to elaborate? You want to elaborate on why you didn't like it? You're like, I didn't
I
like
just
it.
didn't like it. I just did not like the whole dream part of it.
Hmm.
This is the first time since Beyond the Gates been on. It was just something I just did not like that they did, and this was one of them. I
Hmm.
just did not like the whole dream thing.
I thought it was a way for Kat and Eva to move forward differently. I think maybe some of the fans got tired of the same old conversation. Oh, I hate you. I hate you. You this, you that, you this, you that. And I feel like with the dream, it had Kat realize that she was holding on to this hate for so long to the point that it was consuming her a bit. You don't have to forget a person and what they've done, but you forgive for yourself. And I feel like with that dream, she was realizing how awful she was being, which she had a reason to. But I think she realized how much it was consuming her and messing up her relationships with her family. So I think it was a way for Beyond the Gates to just have it go quickly, but not to have it where they are going to be sisters. Because I love the scene between Kat and Eva. And Eva did admit, she was like, I've been thinking about my relationship with you and how everything went down. And she apologized to Kat. And Kat also said sorry too, because they've been tit for tat for over a year. And I think the writers were like, let's try to push this along, but not like have it be like they are automatically sisters. But I
Hmm.
thought Amber Michelle and Colby Nixon did wonderful in their scene. I watched it twice because it was just so emotional to see that. I did like how Kat was like, even though we're okay, we're never going to be sisters. You could tell Eva was hurt, but she understood because she done way too much towards Kat and her family. But Kat doesn't need Eva as a sister. She has Chelsea for that.
Right.
Chelsea is her sister, so she doesn't need another one. Now, if Eva wanted a sister, I say Naomi. And I
Hmm.
say that because, they both are dating. Well, one is married, one is dating to the Hawthorns. So, and also Eva and Naomi can bond over Darlene because Darlene's a trip. So I feel like if Eva really want that kind of sister relationship, I think Naomi would be a good choice. She's older, she has more life experience, she has experience dealing with Darlene. So I feel like that would be better. But I know cat fans are mad about this whole dream sequence. But mom, as a cat fan, wouldn't you want Cat to move on from all this hate?
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. I just didn't care for the dream thing itself. I thought, like you said, it has some funny one-liners in there from Cat, but I just didn't care for the dream thing at all. I like the conversation that they had after, like you were saying, I'm glad that they held hands at the end too. I thought that was very emotional, very sweet of them.
Mhm.
But I think it makes sense that, hey, yeah, I saved your life, but we're not going to be close with each other though.
Yeah, no.
And then like I'm glad Eva told her, I would think that if it was reversed, I would have saved your life
Mhm.
as well. So I did like that because now, like Ted said, maybe they can finally maybe be in a room and be civilized with each other without, tearing each other apart. So I agree with that. They don't have to be besties, but just be a little bit more civil to one another because both of them to me, well, Kat is to me, she's always been innocent. She didn't start it.
Mhm.
Eva was the one her mama kind of did this in the first place. So I thought it was good that they at least came to some kind of agreement with the way they're gonna be with each other going forward.
One thing I did notice is how crappy Ted is. Because even in the dream, he was crappy. But we have to remember from Leslie's point of view, she's with Ted and he's probably saying, "Oh, we're going to be together. I'm going to leave my wife, blah, blah, blah." And then Nicole gets pregnant, and then Leslie allegedly is pregnant. I'm going to say allegedly because I still think Eva and Kat are twins. So she pregnant, or maybe she was, but she, lost the child. And then he tells her take out the baby, and then send Bill. Bill, we all know how he is. Had threatened her life. So from Leslie's point of view, that like woman scorn was developed over 20 years. She probably was afraid to reach out because of Bill and all that, and then she came back with vengeance. So I understand Leslie being how she is. Of course, I don't condone her trying to take out Laura, of course, but I understand like why she is the way she is. And even though Eva and Leslie have a toxic mother daughter relationship, mostly because of Leslie, I can understand why Eva tries to protect her mother because that's been her ride or die. And she's been told since forever that her father did not want her, which is pretty much true. I felt like we got a little bit more insight to everyone's background, and we saw like, Nicole being kind of like drunk and all that, kind of being out there. I thought that was fun to see. But Ted is not a great father because Eva told him, while me and Kat are trying to recover, spend more time with Kat. Like, how many times people have to tell Ted to step up as a father?
Yeah, I mean, because he focused so much attention on Eva that he kind of did neglect. Well, it's not kind of, he did neglect Cat and Martin. He did neglect them to get to know Eva. I see him trying to turn that around now though, and I think he's just trying to be a father to all three of his kids at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And it must be hard for him because he has to balance three of them. Where it was probably easy for him when it was just Cat and Martin. He raised them, but now you got a third one in there, then now you have to try to balance out all of that. And it's gotta, I mean, to be fair to Ted, it gotta be kind of hard because sometimes kids are like, "You love her more, or love me more." You get into that kind of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I think as for Ted, I think it's probably very hard though for him to try to find that balance between the three so nobody is feeling like he doesn't love them or he left them out or something like that. I think the biggest issue I had with Ted in the beginning with Eva and Kat was he just wasn't listening to Kat to me. And he was always siding with Eva. I think now he is starting to listen to Kat and understand her a little bit more and not
Mm-hmm.
just jumping down her throat. So I say Ted has improved. I see growth with him.
I don't know. I think Ted still sucks. Well, next up, we have a very interesting conversation between Kat and Leslie. Now, I feel like Leslie, it felt awkward to me. I felt like when she said she was going to pay her debts, it felt like she was going to be obsessed with Kat in a way. Did you feel that way?
No, I didn't feel that way. I was paying more attention to what Kat said to Leslie about collecting that debt because I found that to be interesting. She was starting to sound like Joy to me
Mm-hmm.
when she said that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wonder what Kat wants from Leslie. Would it be about Laura, like
I don't
confessing?
know. I don't. She's not gonna confess though.
Absolutely
Leslie,
not.
yeah,
No.
Leslie not crazy. She like that. She's not gonna confess.
No.
I don't know what that's gonna be. We'll know down the road, but that was interesting. At their
Yeah.
scene at the end, so we know something's gonna come that she has to say, "I'm collecting now."
Yeah. It just, I don't know, the whole scene felt kind of awkward to me. Leslie was giving off, like, I'm a stalk you vibes. I don't know. It just felt kind of weird to me. But speaking of weird, we have Tomas. This guy,
Lord.
I don't know. I feel like when the priests look at Tomas, they give him the side eye. Like, we just tolerating you because you with Cat, but we don't really approve of you and Cat together. I feel like every time anybody talks to him, looks at him, they just get kind of like, ugh.
I mean, cause he don't know Cat, so I was annoyed with him because he wants to marry her,
Yeah.
and he went to Chelsea first to talk about it.
Ugh, the
But
arrogance.
Chelsea, yeah, Chelsea was trying to tell him like this not the right time. She just went through a lot trying to help Eva. And he's like, "No, I think it'd be okay." And but it's like, are you listening? I'm annoyed
Yeah.
with his character because to me he's not listening. He's not basically reading the room,
Mm-hmm.
and he needs to wait and let Kat breathe from coming, from dealing with all of this. That was a lot for her to go through in a short amount of time. She went through the tornado. She saw her sister, hurt, and then she had to make a life and death decision to help her sister that she can't stand. That's a lot, and now he wants to pile on more and say, "Let's get married." I'm like, come on, no. And Ted was like, he didn't get his blessing. If you notice
No,
that,
he didn't. He was looking at him sideways because I mean, Ted can't talk much, which he did say because he messed up his marriage, but he's like, you slept with her sister before
right?
y'all even got, I mean, hold on. You slept with her sister like the first, what, 6 months y'all together? And now you
Hmm.
want to marry her because all these emotions. It's like he think it's just such a wonderful idea. And it's like, no, it's not a wonderful idea. Kat was just kind of pressuring to give it part of her liver to someone she cannot stand. She has to
Hmm.
recover. She can't go to Tokyo now because she has to recover. It's a lot. She don't have time to be like, oh, Tomas, yeah, sure. I feel like Kat might say yes, and because they supposed to do it at the Grands and her family's going to be there, I think she's going to say yes, but deep down she doesn't want to. Because Chelsea already talked to Kat. Kat's like, we ain't nowhere near ready to get married because they haven't even moved in. Kat wanted to move in. He said no, it wasn't the right time. Now all of a sudden you want to get married, and
I hope
that's
she say no.
and that's what Ted was saying too. It's like, didn't you reject her from moving in? I mean, at at the time, maybe Kat just wanted not to be alone. That's
Hmm.
possible, but still, like, y'all haven't really moved forward that much, and it's been over a year. Come on, Tomas. So yeah, I do agree with Ted and Nicole because he had told her about it. Nicole's like, what? Like, no, she's not ready for that. So even Nicole
Hmm.
was like, I don't know, but Nicole and Ted were like, we staying out of it though. It's between them. They have to figure out. I felt like Chelsea maybe could have given her a heads up because I felt like once she finds out that Ted, Nicole, and Chelsea knew, she's gonna be mad at them for not giving her a heads up.
No,
you know?
I think I had to think about that, and I was like, Chelsea should just, like you said, give her a heads up. I think Chelsea actually did the right thing and stayed out of it, like Nicole said.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay out of it because it's between those two. And you could tell Chelsea wanted to say something really bad to her, but I think Chelsea was like, "This is between them two."
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody knows it's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. But every time they be dealing with Tomas, they just like, ugh, here he comes. they
Yeah, I
really
mean,
they really do not care for him.
because even Naomi, when she showed up with Arthur Jeans when he was talking to Chelsea, even she was like, "Yeah, no, it's just not like a good time,
Mm-hmm.
because of everything that's going on." But he just, "Oh no, it's gonna be great. It's like, dude, read the room.
Not
No, it's
listening.
not.
Nope.
Give it some more time, and then ask her.
Yeah. No, I'll be shocked if she says, I'm not sure. Because if she says yes, I feel like she wouldn't mean it. If she says no, it would be kind of embarrassing because it's a friend of the family.
I would say no. I wouldn't care if it is embarrassing because I think deep down she don't want to marry him.
No.
So I would be like, I'm sorry, but no.
Mm-hmm.
And if it embarrassed him, then too bad, so sad.
Well, hopefully, if she does
Hmm.
say no, this is their time to break up. I would love for them to break up now. I think we all bored of Kat and Tomas being together. So maybe this is the start of them breaking up. Hmm.
I
It's
hope
very
so.
possible. I'm just gonna throw it out there because why not?
I hope so because I feel like Kat needs somebody to match her energy, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's kind of good for her though because I did like how they talk about what she likes, which is the what do you call that? Did she like?
True crime
Yeah,
podcast. Yeah.
yeah. So that much I would say they kind of have in common with some of that, but other than that, I'm just like, no. I think they will have to change him a little bit from me to be like, okay, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it like with Isaiah and Eva, I can kind of see them,
Mm-hmm.
but with Kat and Tomas, I've never seen them together. They, like I said, they need to change them up for I think the fans to be like, okay, we see it now, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing that.
Well, speaking of Isaiah and Eva, so Leslie wants to move in with Eva. She doing this boo-hoo and crying, oh, I'm at the hotel. Oh my God. Blah, blah, blah. Eva's like, I don't care. No, I'm not. No. And I'm glad Eva put
Mm-mm.
her foot down and said no. Now, Isaiah did intervene. What are your thoughts on Isaiah in this whole
He
conversation?
he needs to learn his role. He stepped in where he shouldn't have. I'm glad Leslie kind of looked at him too and kind of fussed at him about it because I'm like, yeah, that conversation was between him. I mean, between Leslie and Eva, and he needed to see his way out that conversation. He hasn't been with her long enough to start talking on her behalf. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, learn your role because y'all not married yet. Learn your role. So to me, that was between Leslie and Eva that kind of hashed that out. So I didn't like how he was like. I understood his point. I did not disagree with it. I did, but it's like, dude, learn your place.
I
That
feel like,
conversation was between them
yeah.
two.
I feel like he was trying to help Eva out as backup. I thought Eva was doing fine. He was like, no, no, mom, no, mama. Just come over once a day. You have to call first, and then you
Yep.
can come on over. But the main reason she wants to live there is because she know Ted gonna be over there. Let's be real.
Hmm.
Because she know Ted gonna be over there. Like, oh, hey, Eva. And then here come Leslie with some lingerie on or something. Oh, hey, Teddy. That's all that's about.
Well, I was glad that Eva did stand up for herself and tell her no. But she need to talk to Isaiah like, look here, if there's something going on between me and my mama, that's between me and my mama. Now, if it's really bad, then okay, step in, okay. But I can handle my mama, and leave
Yeah.
it at that. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't like that.
I think he's just very over protective
Yeah,
of
he
Eva.
overly
He's
protect.
very
I would not like
overly
that.
protective. And then his conversation with Eva, where Eva was like, yeah, we did have our talk, me and Kat, but she says we'll never be sister. And then he's like, well, that's crazy because y'all went through experience. I'm like, Isaiah, you not cool with your father. You
Right.
saying they need to be cool. They know each other for a little over a year. But you know your father all your life, and you're saying, "Oh, well, Cat's not being fair." Really, Isaiah? He losing some brownie points the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, he
I'm like,
has.
what's going on with Isaiah? I think he's little
Well,
cray
he loves
cray.
well, to me, he loves her, but he's, like, overly doing stuff, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Dude, calm that down, like, was this how you was with the other girl before you
Yeah,
came to town, and maybe that's why she broke up because 'cause you're a little crack crack?"
yeah,
It's like, "What's going on?"
yeah. That's what I was thinking. Maybe that's why Leslie likes him because she little cray cray herself. I feel like we're
Mhm.
going to see Isaiah a bit more in a different light because he's starting to come off a little. He's doing a little bit too much. I understand he loves Eva, but I don't know. It just seems a little bit off to me now since the whole transplant happened. And next we got Kat and Eva doing PT. I thought it was interesting that Kyle was Kat's PT. I guess he's trying to get some brownie points with Nicole and it's working. Then you have Shanice helping out Eva. I thought the scene at the nurse's station was funny because everybody's like, Cat and Eva. They like, would y'all shut up? Like leave us alone. And then they both competing with the walker.
It was funny.
I was like, who wrote this? That's hilarious.
It was funny because it was Eva was like, I'm trying what she say? I'm trying to compete or whatever, like I can't help it. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
cause the cat, I was cracking up. The whole thing was funny. I loved it.
I definitely think they're twins. That's
Mhm.
that's how I feel about it. But I look forward to more scenes of them doing PT. If that's the way they are going to do it, who knows? But I think it'll be fun, and we'll see more Kyle because I like seeing Kyle. Greg Vaughn, you look so handsome.
I know.
He's so
I'm glad that
handsome.
they pairing him with Nicole for now, but
Yeah,
I do like them
yeah.
together.
We haven't seen Nicole with Carlton. They had a phone call, but
Mhm.
we haven't had them had any scenes together. But the actor that plays Carlton is doing another show, so
Yeah, he
maybe
does.
that's why
Yeah.
it could be that. But it's all good. And lastly, we had Deanna is in town. She went to see Kat, and then she saw Vanessa and Joey talking at Uptown. And then she has this full blown conversation with her father in public. I'm looking like ain't nobody crossing by seeing this was what I was thinking. But Doug pretty much told her, change what you're doing, stop going against your mom. And the way she came up and then she grabbed Joey. And she grabbed him
Yeah.
was like, no, sit down. I'm like, okay, Deanna. And then she hugging Vanessa and like patting her hair and had this weird look on her face. I was like, what is going on, Deanna? So what were your thoughts on Deanna talking to her father again?
One, he looks great. He is a very handsome man, Doug. But yeah, I thought somebody might see her talking to herself, because we, the audience, know she's talking to herself basically. So I thought somebody would see that, but no. It's going to be interesting to see how she plays it. I think Doug gave her good advice, though, what to do. But I think Joy is clocking it though, because Joy not stupid. So I think he's clocking all of a sudden the niceness that she's doing. But yeah, when she hugged Vanessa and she was like petting her hair
My
and she
precious. That's how
yeah.
she was looking. And I was like, what is going on? And her face expression
She
was
had a
just
weird
like,
look on her face.
ugh.
I was like, "Oh, Deanna, okay." But the person is playing her. I like her
Oh
so
yeah.
far. I
She's
really
great.
do. Yeah, she's doing a good job. But Joey not stupid,
Mm-mm.
so he's gonna figure out that she's up to something. And didn't you say that he told Randy to watch her or
Mm-hmm.
something?
Yep. On the
Yeah. So
promo, he's like, your job is to look after Deanna. It seemed like Deanna and Randy might know each other because they hugged. And I'm like,
oh, they
how
did.
do they yeah. I'm like, how do they know each other?
Hmm.
So that's gonna be intriguing for me to watch that. And then we have Kat's surprise party at the Grants, and Tomas is going to propose, unfortunately. And then we have Monica telling Leslie that the free clinic and Garland's relationship is over. What do you think Leslie is going to do about that?
I don't know, and I'm wondering why she ended that relationship because Leslie didn't do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why she's gonna end that relationship. That's gonna be interesting to see why Monica is telling her that.
Yeah, and my question is, who was watching the clinic? Because Eva can't work right now. So who's
No,
who's taking over the clinic?
right.
Who's dealing with
Um,
with the schedule? Like like what's going
right.
on with all that? I don't know. It sounds like the free clinic might go downhill, or maybe she would ask like Vanessa for help, or go to
Showing.
yeah, maybe Joey or
Yeah, cause something, yeah, cause
Anita might help out. I don't
I
know.
mean, cause all Leslie's stuff is falling apart. Her
Mhm.
house got messed up because of the tornado, and yeah, she's about to go through some bad luck stuff going down here.
Yeah, she really is. But the one thing I was surprised about was the country clubs back up like nothing happened. I
Yeah, I
thought
was surprised.
we would have got a new country club or something different. No, it was like never happened.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised
I
by
was
that
like,
too.
okay, all right, Beyond the Gates. I guess I'm just gonna keep everything the same. It's all right. Well, that's our take for Beyond the Gates this week. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an awesome week. Until next time.
Bye, everyone.